Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about why your 20s can feel so lonely, because I feel like as soon as I turned 18, all of my friends were graduating high school, okay? And it was like a good time, don't get me wrong. I don't remember exactly what year that was, but like point being that it was a good time, okay? At the time, everything seemed good. I felt like, oh, I have like so much time now to hang out with my friends. That was another thing. As soon as I got out of high school, I went straight to college, and then I think I only did like a semester. I didn't even finish the semester, to be honest. And I dropped out and I just started working. Like after that, it was just work for me for a little while until I finally went back to college. But for me, I felt behind. I felt like I was definitely behind in the rat race because I had several friends who straight out of high school went to college, and then they were like continuing college, like they stayed in school. They weren't like me. They didn't take a semester off. They didn't like take a year off. Though I did have some friends that did do that. They like took a year off and then they started college again. But by that time, I still wasn't like in college. I think I was still just like working, and I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, and that's why I didn't go to college, okay? That's why I was like, I don't want to go waste money and not know what I want to do. Like, I didn't want to go and be one of those people that was like, I don't know what I want to do with my life, but I'm here in college doing who knows what, getting who knows what fucking degree. Either way, I feel like that did end up happening to me. Like, I did kind of do that, but that was later on, and that was because like my parents were mostly like, go to college, it'll help you. And I did go to college, and no, I don't feel like it really helped me at that time. Now I feel like it's different, but we'll get into that in another video. So why your 20s can feel so lonely. One, everybody's starting to go to college, okay? Your friends, either they're gonna go off and like get married, or they start having kids, because that's the thing. I feel like that's what happened with me and my friends. A lot of my friends got busy. A lot of my friends started having kids. A lot of them were like in relationships. They started having kids, and they were like living their whole like lives, like they went off and were doing the whole damn thing. Now, that wasn't the case with me. Like, I didn't have a boyfriend that I was like gonna get married to or have kids with. Like, that just didn't happen for me, and that's just not what it was. Like, that wasn't the case for me, because I think at the time I didn't even have a boyfriend, okay? And then later on, like, I did get into a relationship, but that didn't lead to like family and marriage and shit like that. So yeah, I was like, that wasn't happening for me, but I could see it all around me. I could see all my other friends either getting into relationships and moving in with their boyfriends, or them moving away because of college, or them just getting into college and then they just didn't have time to hang out anymore, or they were like selective with the people that they did hang out with, and those like select few people, clearly it wasn't me, so I just like wasn't part of that group. It's another thing that I was like trying to get to. I don't know, I think some people also like end up dating other people, and they just don't have time for their friends anymore, or they just don't make time for their friends, because a lot of people are about like relationships. A lot of people end up being like, oh, I'm just gonna focus on my boyfriend or my girlfriend, because I did notice that in a lot of like my friendships. There were a lot of friends that I had that were just mainly focused on their relationship outside of like high school, then either college or their boyfriend or girlfriend was like their main focus, which I don't blame them, because I was also guilty of that. I was also one of those people that like, my whole thing was just like, I had a boyfriend, I had to work, and then that was kind of it. And then I was trying to figure out like what I even wanted to do with my life. So I wasn't entirely like spending a lot of time with my friends, because my friends, that was another thing, they wanted to go to like concerts and parties and things like that, obviously having the whole like college experience. That's another thing that I feel like separated me and kind of secluded me from them. Now, I'm not saying this is like everybody's experience, because I know a lot of other people that like aren't like this, and a lot of you probably do go party, a lot of you probably do like to go smoke or whatever, and that's fine. I'm just saying that this was like my experience, but that's also a reason why maybe you can feel lonely in your 20s, because if you're not part of that crowd, you could be like me. That's like, I don't know, I wasn't really getting invited to these like crazy parties because I wasn't going to like their same college, or I wasn't part of like their sports team, or I wasn't part of like their friend group that like I had one friend, but then that friend was like part of another friend group type thing. So they were getting invited by their other friends, and then sometimes they would invite me. But because I had a boyfriend or because I had work, like I had other responsibilities basically. And my friends were kind of like, well, you don't really drink, you don't really smoke, we don't really hang out, we don't even go to the same college. So like we just kind of started drifting apart. So that can be another reason why like your 20s can also feel lonely, which it does kind of suck because you kind of like have to figure out and find those friends that like you do have something kind of like in common with. And it sucks if you're not part of that whole I'm gonna do the same thing, like go get super fucked up. I've also heard that a lot of people kind of suffer from that, of like basically their friends trying to get fucked up all the time in college, their friends trying to get like messed up every single weekend or every single week, and they're like struggling academically because they can't keep up. Like they can't go get super fucking drunk and then come back and then still try to ace all of their exams or study enough to ace their exams and stuff like that, or even pass their classes. So I feel like that can be like another problem, kind of like an issue that might also like separate you from people, because sometimes people don't like that you need to take that time, you know, that you can't be going to every single party and they want you to go to that party with them, and then you're like, I can't, I gotta go study, you know. Like I said, another thing that also kind of like separated me from everybody was me having a job, because I think at the time I was working full-time twice. I like worked, that I can remember, I worked like full-time jobs basically. Now I never really worked full-time. I think what I mainly did was like work multiple jobs at once. So it basically became like a full-time job, because I would go from one job and then I'd come home and then I'd go and do another job, and I would just fill up my time that way because I wanted to get more money. Now, if you're gonna ask me, Janet, where's that money? Bitch, I have no idea, okay? I made a good amount of money, and I want to say a few years ago, I want to say maybe like 4 years ago, I had this like great job, okay? I had two jobs. I was working two jobs and I was making a good amount of money. I was happy with what I was making. But I had to quit one of those jobs because of school. Like my school just wasn't aligning with it. I couldn't do both. So I had to eventually leave one of those jobs, and I hated that. Like I felt bad because I didn't have enough money anymore. I felt like I needed more money, but I couldn't get another job since I was going to school, and I felt so poor, okay? It made me feel like shit. Now I have to really manage my money. Now I can't be overspending. Now I can't treat myself. Now I can't like, you know, I had to really lock in on my finances and figure out what the heck I was even spending my shit on, because I was like, how am I getting paid this much and I don't have shit left over by the end of the month? Like, how is that even possible? I'm still in my 20s, but I want to say I'm getting to a point, and I've gotten to a point in my life where I think, as well as my other friends, we've all kind of had a few years that they've either already graduated college, some of them are going back to college, because that's another thing. A lot of them, as far as I know, either graduated college and now they're like working, they have their like big grown-up job, whatever. But then I also have some friends that didn't graduate, they ended up dropping out, just like what I basically did, but I think they stayed 2 to 3 years, and then they were like, oh, this isn't for me, this isn't what I want to do, or I actually don't know what I want to do, you know. And that was my whole thing, that I didn't want to go to college for a while and then figure out that I didn't actually want to do that thing that I was going to college for, you know. Now that I've gone to college, I've only gone to college to go for like certain things, okay? It's not to get like a dumb degree, and I hate to say it that way because there are a lot of dumb degrees that shouldn't even be offered, okay? Because I've been seeing videos on that so many people have gotten really, really dumb degrees that should not be offered in colleges, because then you can't even do anything with that degree. And I'm like, why is this even being offered? The only reason why colleges offer those degrees is because they can make money off of you, okay? That's plain and simple. That's literally why they are even offering those degrees. Not because you can actually make a living off of that degree, not because you can actually use it to your advantage. Like, no, that is something that they are literally selling you because they can profit off of you, sadly. But no, if you go to college, I think honestly you should go for like a trade. You should go specifically for something, or let's say maybe like nursing, because you have to go to a college if you're going to be like a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, but like for specific things. And that's what I mean. If you're going for a specific degree, like something specific, then yes, I do think, I guess the money is worth it. But also, if you're not even sure that that's actually what you want to do, try to see if you can do something as like an intern. I wouldn't even want to be an intern, to be honest, but get yourself like the lowest paying job there at the place, wherever it is that you think that you want to work at, or a job that you might want to do. Try to see if you can like shadow somebody so that you actually know what it is that the job entails, because I feel like a lot of people think they want to do something, and then you actually get there and then you're actually doing this job, and then you're like, oh shit, this is what this job is. Like, this is what you're gonna be doing for the rest of your fucking life, and now you hate it, and now you don't like it, and now you don't want to ever fucking do this. And you're like, I spent years going to school for this, and now what? You know? So I feel like all of those things suck. So definitely try to like get yourself in somewhere if that's like if that's what you think you really want to do. Like for me, I would, as dumb as it sounds, I would like go get my lashes done. I would go get my nails done, get my hair done, things like that, because that's like what I wanted to do, you know? Now I would go and I would see what they would do. Now I would love the experience. For one, I love being pampered, basically. I loved having all that stuff done, but I also enjoyed like the art of doing it, of like taking the time, the patience to do everything. I loved it, and that's how I figured out that that's something that I wanted to do. I could see myself doing that. I could see myself doing it from home too. I could see myself going somewhere, having my own like little, not apartment, but you get what I mean, like my own little shop or something, and me doing it from there and having my own clients and running my own business. Like I could see myself doing all that stuff. So that's why that's what I decided to do. I'm still going for something else in the medical field. Like I said, I can still see myself doing that long term, and that's why I say like this, the nails, the lashes, the hair, I can only see myself doing it for a certain amount of time, because I think over time, the older you get, the more you're going to get tired, the more you're not going to want to be doing that, the more you're not going to want to be standing or sitting, or, you know, I think it's not sustainable long term. Don't get mad at me if this is what you're doing long term. Like, that's fine. Go ahead, girly. I'm just stating my opinion. But I know that for me, I don't think I could do this long term, because that job that I'm looking for in the medical field, it doesn't require me to be doing so much work, or for me to be so tired like I would be with nails and lashes and stuff like that. They're very easy jobs, okay? It just requires a degree and a certain like trade that you basically have to go to school for. But that's what I mean. If that's like what you're planning to do, go to school for that. Like, definitely go to school for it. Get your license, get your degree, get whatever it is that you need in order to get into that job. Don't feel like discouraged just because you didn't go to a 4-year college, you didn't get like a master's degree, you don't have a bachelor's degree, like you don't have your doctorate. Don't feel bad unless it's something that you really, really need. Like for a doctor, then I understand that. But other than that, you don't have to. Honestly, I feel like now I've been just kind of rebuilding my social life, because for a long time, like I said, all of my friends had babies, started going to college. They all like got full-time jobs, or they just got jobs in general, and everybody got busy. But I feel like now we've all kind of like, we're all having like our jobs, we're all going to school, we all already like, they have kids, but they have like their times, they're able to leave them with their dads. Like I feel like most of us are pretty balanced now. So now we're actually able to hang out. Now we're able to do like those things that we've been wanting to do. And like I mentioned, for me, it's never been about, oh, I want to go party like my ass off and stuff, because I feel like that gets tiring. Over time, I think everybody eventually either like grows out of it or you get tired of it, because you can only get drunk for so long. You can only like smoke for so long. You can only like be at every event for so long until you get tired of that shit. Until you're like, damn, dude, this is fucking boring. Like, I don't actually want to do this forever. Like, this is exhausting. Or it takes too much money out of you. That's another thing. Because I've had friends that do that they would go to parties every single weekend. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'd be getting invited, but I didn't even want to go. I would be like, I don't want to go hang out with a bunch of like people, some people that I do know, some people that I don't know, and talk about the same shit that we've already talked about last weekend. And it's just boring, or it's just lame. Or you know what, we're gonna play like beer pong and everybody's gonna get super drunk, but you're gonna get super fucked up, and then you're gonna feel like shit the next day, and then you still got work the next day. Like, couldn't be me. I'm sorry, I get tired of that shit. I feel like everybody that like I do think a lot of people go through that phase of, I'm gonna go party, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, and that's fine. Go have like your little phase, but over time you get tired of that shit, and I feel like you just kind of grow out of it. At least most people do. Most people just like get tired of it, and then they grow out of it, and then they're like, yep, been there, done that, time to move on, you know. Now I feel like me and my friends are into just like doing the same dumb shit that we would do back in like high school, meaning like we go hiking, we go walking, like we go do shit together, like we just go to the mall, we go shop and shit, like we just go do the basic girl shit, like the girliest things that you can think of. We're literally planning a spa day, which I know can sound boring to a lot of people, and that's fine, but bitch, I need that fucking spa day. I need somebody to massage my shoulders for me. I need somebody to do my nails for me. I need somebody to like give me a head massage, to like, you know, for me to feel nice and relaxed and centered and not tired, because I feel like that's one thing that I feel a lot more now. I don't feel like I ever get enough rest, and me and my friends have spoken about this, that we don't feel like we get enough rest ever. Like, you can go to sleep, you can sleep for hours, but sometimes I feel like I need a whole day to sleep, and then I still feel tired the next day. Like, I feel pretty well rested, but then I feel tired pretty quickly. Like, I don't actually feel well rested. I don't know if that just happens over time, like the older that you get. Not just I'm feeling that, and I have multiple friends that are also saying that they feel this exact same way. I'm pretty sure it's not just me, you know? Anyway, yeah, I know your 20s can feel lonely, especially because everybody kind of like drifts apart and shit, but you just kind of have to like find your people, to be honest. I have found that you can have like one or two good friends, and that's all you really need. Like, you don't need that many other people, and just those two friends that kind of like understand you and that are like, yeah, dude, I'm not out here trying to get like super fucked up, I'm not trying to be on drugs, because I also know people that like are just drugs, that are just like, I just want to party, I just want to this and that, and that's fine if you want to, but like, I don't want to be doing that shit, you know? And over time, like I said, I got tired of that, so that's why now I lean more towards my friends that are like, let's just go eat some good ass fucking food. Let's just go hike. Let's go to the gym. Let's go just take care of ourselves. I'm more into that, you know? That's just me. I know not everybody's gonna agree with me. Like, maybe it's just because I'm getting more mature. And that like comes with age, you know? The older you get, the more mature you get. If you right now feel lonely in your 20s, I completely understand that, because I was literally in that exact same place at the very beginning of my 20s. Like, even before that, even when I was like barely turning 18, 19, I felt that way. I felt like nobody's at my level. Why can't I relate to anybody? Like, now that some time has passed, now I feel like, okay, we're kind of on the same page, you know? And I've found the people that I actually kind of get along with and that we share common things, because that's another thing. Not everybody's gonna have multiple things in common with you, and that's okay. That's why I think having different friends for different things is great, because I can go hiking with one friend, I can go ice skating with another friend, I can go to the movies with another friend, you know? But yeah, if you feel lonely, just try to find a small group of friends, or maybe even just one friend that you can lean on, that you can go out with. And even if you don't want to really lean on them, that's okay. Like if you're a homebody, because bitch, I'm a homebody, okay? I be coming home sometimes and I'm like, I don't want to deal with anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to hang out with anybody. And that's okay. Sometimes you can just be a homebody and just be at home. All right? That's fine. But I'm saying get yourself like one good friend that you can probably hang out with just to get you out of the house sometimes if you feel lonely, or even just a friend that will come over to your house and you can just hang out, or that you go over to their house and you just hang out there. Like, trust me, it will make the difference, okay? Even if it feels like it won't, it does make a difference. All right, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I love you guys. I will see you guys in another video. Bye.